thanks for doing this, man.
Right on, bro. I'm stoked.
Yeah, no, me too. I mean, I don't think we even need an introduction. Everyone knows who he is, the Liger.
Yeah. Dennis Figueroa, the Liger, the schizo pleaser, the beaver retriever. Yenedekine.
Oh.
Thanks,
So,
bro.
no, thank you. I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah.
Thank you
I heard you was in town, so I'm like, let's go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. First, of course, the question, where you grad?
I went to Wai'anae High School, Macaw Elementary, Wai'anae Intermediate, Wai'anae High School.
What year?
04.
04? Wai'anae, then, was that where you got interested in creating? Because I know Wai'anae has like a good creative program, huh?
Yeah, I actually got kicked out of Sea Rider Productions for doing crazy shit, so...
they wasn't ready.
Yeah, they wasn't ready for the amount of the content I was bringing, for sure.
You're like pitching them Dennis Figueroa.
Oh, bro, yeah.
As a 15-year-old.
Yeah, pretty heavy stuff, bro. Yeah. I actually returned the camera because they let us borrow our cameras, right? Mm. And I returned the camera with the tape in it of what me and my friends were doing in Waikiki and stuff like that, and we got kicked out, bro.
Can you say what you guys was doing?
It's probably best I don't. Okay. But it was fucking crazy.
Was that on purpose, or it was like?
It was on purpose. Yeah.
Wait, so what year was that when you got kicked out?
It was junior year, or it might have been junior or senior year, so 03 or 04.
Were you in it all?
No, I was 2 years in. So I think sophomore year I got in, then junior year I think was the year I got kicked out. But we used to do like Sea Rider news and stuff, and yeah, great program. We learned a lot of stuff like that, like doing like news reports and stuff.
But it was more news than...
It was more news, but then you get the whole template of how to present a piece. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And do you feel like that was like the beginning of...
I don't...
Or was that just like something you did instead of like another class and then...
Yeah, I think I brought a lot of the skills I learned there to what I do now. But like, as far as like the creative process, like I've always been like that, class clown and stuff like that. Like in 4th grade, my teacher she made a deal with me, like, you need to shut up for the whole class and I'll give you the last 15 minutes of class as yourself. So every day in school, I had the last 15 minutes of class.
That's cool.
And it was the best 15 minutes ever, bro.
That sounds like a great teacher.
Yeah. Well, she was wise, bro, because I was very out of turn a lot of times. So.
But that's a good thing to give a kid like that.
Yeah.
The stage, like, brother's gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah.
Just like, give him the last 15.
Yeah, give him the last 15.
A little bit of encouragement.
Yeah, Yenedekine.
You know, what kind of stuff would you do for the last 15?
Oh, bro, I can't really remember, bro. Like, for the life of me, man.
All improv.
All improv stuff. Yeah. I don't really remember. I need to get with some of my 4th grader classmates and try to see if they remember.
Yeah, you got some gold in there.
Yeah.
And then so you graduated Wai'anae, and then after that,
I went to UH. I went to UH for 5 years. I got a sociology degree and a minor in religion.
What inspired you to do those two things?
Just to learn how people behave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are definitely two majors to study how people behave.
Yeah.
For sure. Mm-hmm. But during that time, were you thinking of anything creative or?
No, I wasn't, bro. I wasn't. Well, I kind of always knew that somewhere in life I would get so I'm big in music, right? I made a lot of music since I was like 15. So I knew somewhere in life, like it's kind of like a manifesting it. You know what I mean? So I was always thinking about music. But then I started doing the funny stuff, and the funny stuff just hidden. And now I'm kind of thinking about using the funny stuff as a stepping stone to get my music seen by the mainland.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of music is it?
Dance hall. Well, my whole idea is to bring a lot of different genres. So, I mean, like some crooning, like Frank Sinatra style stuff. Then I hit him with some Pitbull type stuff. Hit him with some Tupac, Sean Paul, Pitbull. I'm going for like a dance hall sound overall mostly. Yeah.
On Spotify yet? Can we listen?
No, well, I'm working on it for sure. I got some songs done. I was supposed to go to the radio station yesterday to give them my songs, but I didn't wake up in time.
This guy.
Well, the songs wasn't really ready.
Okay. Yeah. It's good. It sounds like it was always a part of you, like the creative thing then.
For sure.
How did it get to the funny?
Well, I've always been funny.
Or in terms
I mean, not to toot my own
horn.
No. But I've always liked to. I've always enjoyed cracking jokes.
Were you part of that Vine?
Yeah, I was on Vine.
So because I remember watching from LA, just a whole bunch of people from Hawaii start blowing up on Vine, and it was tripping me out because it was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All you see is King Batch, and the normal people, and then you start seeing. I remember I first started seeing like Keely.
Yeah.
And then all just Hawaii people with crazy numbers on Vine, and I'm just like, this is dope. This is a movement.
Yeah. That was cool to see. I got into Vine a little bit late, but I had some hitters on there. But yeah, I mean, for sure, Keely paved the way with Vine in Hawaii. I would have to say, yeah. I wasn't trying to blow up, but I was just trying to like.
Can I help sometimes?
Yeah.
When you're good, you're good.
Let me in there. Yeah.
Like, so you're writing all your stuff?
Nah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll have something funny just go off in my head, and then I'll write it down in my phone, and then I'll just have like 6 or 7 funny things I want to touch on in a video, and then I'll say it in a minute long format. Keep saying it, and then I'll record myself saying it, and that's what I post out there. Yeah. So I got little PowerPoints of what I want to say, little bullet points, and then just do it.
Because those story time ones, I don't know what you call them, but
that's all freestyle, bro. Yeah.
Those I trip out because you go off.
Yeah.
And the fucking story go like this.
That's the whole point.
So. Like it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck are you coming up with this?
Yeah. Well, I'm not really even saying much. You know what I mean?
No, but
I'm talking about a dragon in Camelot that I fought. You know what I mean? That's just like all off the top of the dome, bro.
That's brilliant. Hats off to you. Hats off to you.
Thanks,
that shit is
Thank
brilliant.
you,
like that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, this brother needs to write.
I don't know. I feel like my free flow stuff is just funny, but there's no plot to it or anything like that.
You like Cyclops without his glasses.
Yeah.
Like who put that stuff on?
Yeah. Laser beam.
Yeah, laser beam when it's going to be. Just how has the growth been into more mainstream?
Is it mainstream? I don't think it's mainstream.
Or Hawaii mainstream?
Hawaii mainstream, yeah. Those commercials, that was just like kind of flexing to show that I can make something for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And on those commercials I did a 5 commercial campaign with Volcano, and I was a primary writer, actor, I want to say director and all that stuff in there, but there's another guy with the title of director, but that's pretty much my essence in all of those 5 commercials there.
Mm-hmm. From social media, it seems that all of these doors are opening.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of hard to ignore, you know what I mean? That's kind of the problem here in Hawaii, where as far as businesses and the media is concerned, that people are not realizing that social media is where it's at instead of TV. So
are you having to reach out to them and being like, are you reaching out to them, or are they reaching out to you?
The things I've done, they've reached out to me. Mm-hmm. I'm working on because one time I went to this company and I showed them what numbers we can bring versus television numbers, and you can show them like 800% more views or more volume, and they still won't. They're kind of stuck in that old school mentality, bro. And that's what I'm trying to help break down. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a tough thing too.
Yeah.
'Cause if you don't know that world, then
yeah,
all you think of is we'll put them on a commercial on TV.
Yeah.
They take out an ad on midweek.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends, bro. If your audience that you're trying to reach is, 45 and older, then you want to go for TV. But,
for sure.
I mean, you don't want to go 45 and older, and for most part, unless you're selling life insurance or, dick enlargement pills or whatever.
Is there a part of the process that you like the most so far, or are you still kind of exploring?
I'm liking the engagement with the audience and how they come back and they share. Like for Dennis Figueroa, for example, like they'll send me Dennis Figueroa videos of them playing the character.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm watching that blow up, and when you're reposting it, and that's cool.
That's that's really awesome for me, bro. Yeah, for sure. That's my favorite part.
At what point, like, because there must have been a point where just people started coming up to you and doing the Dennis Figueroa, because you were just doing that on your own. Yeah. Like with the filter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, do you have like a favorite story or like that first time when people started to?
What I remember is that was so. First off, Dennis Figueroa and the Pohaku, they're relatively new. So like at the beginning of this year, that was one of my New Year's resolutions for my platform, is to start coming out as characters, showing that I can play different characters, because most of the stuff before was all voiceover stuff. I wasn't on camera. So now, ever since I got that connect with some major Hollywood actors, like I'm like, I can do what you guys can do. So I want to showcase that I can play different characters. So that was my goal. That's where Dennis Figueroa came out from, and Pohaku, which is The Rock. Yeah.
The Pohaku stuff is hilarious. The one where it was the 3 days. And everybody was like reenacting it. They won on the island. And then every consecutive day his pigeon gets stronger. I was like, I must have watched that so many times. Fucking
he goes from the rock to the Pohaku, which means rock or stone in Hawaiian.
That was. I thought that was fucking brilliant. I was just, damn it, why didn't I think of that? But no, those are two solid characters.
Yeah, thanks, man.
What was like? How did you come up with Dennis Figueroa?
You know how when you're on Snapchat and you just look at yourself in these face filters, right? And I was lying down right here actually, and I had the camera on me, and I was looking at myself. I was like, "Ooh, I'm looking pretty handsome."
It just came out.
They just came out, bro. Yeah,
no, it was perfect.
Yeah.
And then people started fucking. It just started catching fire, and like everybody.
Yeah.
Who else? You got any other characters?
I got Lester Govea, which is like the Liger's arch nemesis kind of thing. Like Dennis Figueroa used to steal all Lester Govea's chicks back in the day, so he's mad. Yeah. So he's like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm Lester Govea with the big fucking dingaling. That's this guy. It's kind of like a Nacho Libre kind of guy.
No, please. This is all going in.
Yeah.
Your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Your future. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
We need to see that. The Lester Govea full-length feature. Because I was just when I was watching, I was just like, one of my favorite movies I remember when I was in like high school was Ladies Man.
Yeah, Ladies Man.
Ladies Man.
Yeah, Leon Phelps. Yeah.
And we're around the same age, so you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. I'm a big Saturday Night Live guy, so I've always followed the Ladies Man.
So that one I was just like, oh my god, this local.
Yeah, he's kind of like a mixture between MacGyver or MacGruber and the Ladies Man, with a little bit of influence from a couple of my uncles and stuff. So it's all into one Liger.
What does your parents think about, or your family?
Bruh, I kind of like, because my mom is a big public figure on the West Side, and I worry about embarrassing her. I can't lie, but she knows I love her, and here's what it is, bro. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I like to stay authentic as I can, bro. So
yeah.
yeah.
She said good. Anything? Yeah.
No, she has never said what I know she wants to say. You know what I mean? She's been very supportive.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
She's just like.
There he goes again.
Yeah, every post. I unfollowed you, son. I don't see how anybody could.
Yeah, man, because you know, at the end of the day, I'm not teasing anyone or making fun of anyone or pointing out flaws in people. It's more so if I'm talking shit about anything, it's about stink hairy beans, which is a fictional entity. You know, of course there are stink hairy beans, but you know, in order to create a community type of environment, you want to have a common enemy. You know, and I don't want to vilify Hawai'is or point out certain flaws people have. That's not my style. So I don't think there's much to be mad about, bro. You know, for the most part.
And I like that about you in terms of you're very aware of not calling out certain groups and not because I remember watching one of your lives and you were talking about that, and it even made me think like shit, we do like in Tantaran stuff. We do sometimes kind of like fucking like Hawai'is or tourists or and that's like the easy joke to do. But sometimes when we're ad-libbing, it just comes out and we keep it in.
Yeah, I mean that's just
But I was just like, it's cool that you're very aware.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm not like saying that it's bad to do that. I'm just saying that I just don't want to do that.
Yeah. Who influences you in terms of comedy?
Probably like my closest friends when we joke around and stuff. My boy Wills, who is he runs New Hawaii, or he helps run New Hawaii. He's one of the admins, and Funny Hawaii is his. So he's a big influence on me. Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, those guys.
How often do people recognize you and come up to you? Is that like a daily thing at this point?
Yeah, bro. It's pretty crazy, bro. Yeah. It's almost to the point where I'm like, bruh, I'm not getting paid. Well, it's like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love people coming up to me. I love posing for pictures with them and all that stuff. But, when I'm sitting there trying to eat and, like, there's somebody, like, who's not sure if it's me or not, and he's, like, sitting at the table and he's just watching me, like, and that happens very often. It's just a little uncomfortable, you know?
You feel it out of your peripheral. You're like, he's going to come up.
Yeah. Like, I went to the gym today, actually, and this guy came up to me. He's like, bro, I got to take a picture with you. And then I'm like, shoes, take the picture right on. And then he sits down at the weight set, and then, like, he's just watching me the whole time. I'm like, shit.
He's, like, taking a video from you from afar.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the point of no return, bro. You're a local celebrity.
Yeah, I think so, bro. Yeah. They're like,
Augie T who? No hate up in this.
No hate. Don't get me started on that guy. Ooh,
I'm curious now. He's not going to listen to this. He doesn't know who I am.
Nah. Nah, he's good. I definitely looked up to him a lot when I was younger. When I was younger, yeah.
For sure. Same him. For me, it was Andy Bumatai.
Andy Bumatai is the man.
Yeah.
Raps,
of course.
Frank DeLima. Frank DeLima was super cool, man. He used to come to our elementary schools. Yeah. Going on a Buddha hunt. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Does he still do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw him a few months ago, and he's just super cool. Easy to talk to. Cool guy.
Does he know who you are?
I don't. Probably not. I don't think so. I don't know.
He wasn't like, hey, oh, bad.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Who would you wanna? Is there any old school Hawaii comedian that you'd wanna collab with?
Probably the guys from the Bradas. Those guys are hilarious, bro.
Yeah. Frick. I mean, they were the kings for almost. Like through the 2000s.
They're still the kings as far as TV is concerned. Yeah. Their stuff is just hilarious. Yeah.
They never reached out, or have
I reached out to them multiple times, but I mean, same thing with Augie T. I mean, but
are they so they're still shooting their stuff? That is their brother show still going on?
I believe so. I believe so. I just hit him up again a few months ago. I was like, hey, I'd love to, work with you guys. Maybe be on the show one time. And
did you hear that, brothers? One day, I don't know.
Check your DM box.
I don't know. Nah. See, it's going to wait. Watch it. It's going to come to a point where they're going to want to work with you.
Yeah.
But no.
I will always want to work with them.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're a huge.
Bula though, Bula, man, he's the man. I heard somebody saw him like a couple of weeks ago, and I think in Kaneohe side, because there was a thing. He's in Maui, right? In the mountains and stuff
or something.
Yeah, but I don't know.
On Oahu?
I don't know. It's just something I heard.
That's like he's like a. That's like the man, the myth, the legend. Like you see him around, like Tupac.
Yeah, for sure. That guy, what he did, he ran for governor, bro. He's very political, very sly with it too. I love that about him. So good, but he was outwardly hateful. But I don't know. That was still good that he did it.
Oh yeah, 100%. He brought definitely a lot. He used his platform to bring a lot of awareness to politics that I feel like no other comedian really did. Local comedian. I mean, Rap kind of did with his vote for Mauna Willie Mauna Willie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I can't think of any other comedian that really touched politics.
Yeah.
Other than Bula. Yeah. Fuck, I would love to see him. Did you know that if he still has a wig or not? Does he still look?
That was a wig.
Was that a wig?
I don't know.
That afro was perfect.
Yeah.
It was symmetrical. It always had the weed in the right spot.
Yeah.
Well, the Brothers definitely was what inspired us to start Tantaran Films.
Yeah.
Just seeing what they were doing and then being up in LA and then being like, fuck. We have these cameras.
Yeah.
We know on a technical level we could do this.
Uh-huh.
And just realizing this was before like all the Vine stuff, but we're just like, man, there's no this generation comedians or like our people our age doing comedy.
We're in a tricky time right now, man. It's kind of tricky.
How so?
As far as coming out of Hawaii with comedy. I think we're gonna need something to catapult us to the rest of the world. I think that's a key. I think that in order to make something meaningful and good out of Hawaii, you're gonna need investors. I mean, because the bottom of the line is that none of us have enough money to make a high quality production film. So my whole thing is I've been filling up my resume, showing, hey, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, so that one day when I have a script done and ready to go, that people can look at what I did in the past and say like, oh, okay, he's not some like normal guy off the streets. He really knows, he's done a lot of cool shit before. So I think it comes down to the money for the most part with us, but and just like because Hawaii is 2 to 3 years behind the mainland as far as like utilizing influencers and social media to get their word out. I think it's just a matter of time before they finally catch on here that, oh yeah, you should be paying these influencers out here, because all of us as influencers, we have all these eyes on us, but we ain't making no money. And that's a big deal.
Yeah. But you guys are doing stuff for brands, but they're just not aware of. Is that what it is?
The brands will give you like, hey, here's 2 hats and 3 shirts. You know what I mean? Shout me out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's cool. I love to support the local brands and stuff like that, but we trying to eat too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely is a different thing to where you hear influencers up, like in LA, who are getting paid thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
It is a tricky world.
Yeah,
it's the life of a social
Yeah.
Especially with the numbers that you guys pulled and the amount of eyes on the island on you guys.
It's like 1.5 million a week. Like, how are you not? How are they not catching on to that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure. How did that Zippies campaign come about?
How did that? Actually, they just hit me up and they said, "Hey, you want to do some social media content?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." So.
Please tell me you got free chili for the rest of your life.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, no, I got paid. I got paid though from.
Okay,
Zippies.
that's
yeah,
good. That's good. I was
Zippies
like,
knows what's
son.
up, bro. Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, I hope you guys are getting something from that. Zippies.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
That's another thing too, bro. I'm a funny guy. I'm not a businessman. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's like you got to come up with these PowerPoint presentations and show them numbers and this and that, and fill out a what is it called, a invoice, and which is pretty easy, but it's all new to me. I just make funny shit. That's all I do. I can't wheel and deal with the big businessmen because they're gonna freaking get you every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't have? Do you have like a manager or anybody?
No, man. No manager.
Would you? And this, I'm not asking to do it, but would you want one? That totally sounds like I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, I have been actively searching for some type of management. I might go into like Kathy Muller or something like that, the agency, just to get on Hawaii 5-0 and stuff. But
yeah, I'm surprised you haven't been on any of those yet.
I was unofficially asked at once to be a stand-in, and I was like, disrespectful.
I know. Give me some fucking lines. Do you know who I am?
Okay.
Fucking Danny Figueroa.
Hey, bro, don't shit on me, bro. You can't. Nah, yeah. I mean, I told him, hey, speaking role or nothing, because I don't want to be a stand-in, because that feels like it waters down my whatever. Fuck.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, and I agree. That's such a weird thing to be asked.
Yeah.
Knowing who you are, to be like, reach out to him.
Yeah.
Let him be a stand-in. Like, we're gonna get him to be a stand-in.
No.
Do you want him to come and drive the golf cart, drive the extras to set too? Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like every time I look at my feed, it's somebody who I know. Who it's like,
it's on there. Yeah, exactly.
You on there.
Every shit I'm watching, I'm like, okay, bro. I mean, one of these days I'll get on there, bro. That's the goal too. It's another goal of mine.
Yeah, no, and I think that's for sure that's gonna happen. Like, getting you into the acting scene, is that something that you'd want to jump more into, like acting?
Yeah, I want to do the acting. I mean, acting is, not to sound like a dick, but acting is a piece of cake, man. You know, I can do that. I can be a character. So, I mean, I'm just proving, and I got the numbers. So, hopefully somebody will see it one day and be like, hey, man, we got a role for you. So, it's on me. It's on me too, because I don't see things the way I should see them sometimes, and that kind of kills me sometimes too. So
what do you mean?
As far as how the whole thing works, you know what I mean? Like I've missed some pitches. You know what I mean? I haven't seen them the way I should, and that's just something I need to work on to get better. But
you'll learn that.
Yeah.
And you got like people around you who could help too.
Yeah.
And then people around you that you could create with. I think that's the more important thing too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because honestly, even if you were to move to LA and try to be an actor, what everybody's doing is creating for themselves.
Yeah.
And that to me is like the inspiring thing in terms of like, whether you're here, whether you're in LA, you're trying to be an actor, people are like writing, people are coming together with other creative friends, and just doing exactly what you guys are doing. You New Hawaii, the stuff you're doing with Alex, and
yeah.
I've
been trying to get a role, and I don't have a manager, so I mean, and I just said, hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna make my own movie. So I got one in the works. It's getting proofread and stuff like that. And I got another one that I'm working on right now, which is hilarious. It's going to be hilarious when it happens. that's gonna be the one that sets me off. Yeah.
Let me know if you need any help.
Oh yeah, let's go, bro. I want to do a R-rated tits, ass, out of Hawaii. Let's go.
Yeah.
Nobody does that, bro. I mean, why not? I've always tried to be different all the way. Like a comedian would. The easy stuff is dressing up like a chick or whatever. Not saying that's bad. Not saying that's bad. Not hating on nobody. But I've never done that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to act like a mahu or anything like that. But my Joe Coy impression is pretty gay, so that's what's... and he's coming back, too, so... if it's not out right yet, it's coming soon. I'm making it soon.
Did he... Oh, you didn't release that one yet? Joe Coy?
I've done some story posts about it. It's pretty good, yeah.
Has he seen it?
Yeah, no, I don't know, but I would guess he has, because I've tagged him in it. So. Oh,
okay.
We got kicked out of his. Yeah.
You got kicked. Wait, no.
We got kicked out of his show. My friend who I was with was drunk on his ass, and he was yelling, and I was like, "Shut up, come on!" But he was just so drunk that he was yelling and stuff. So he got kicked out, and I just went out with him.
Oh, in the middle of.
Right before he went on, actually. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Didn't even make him to the main.
Yeah.
Show,
so yeah.
Must have been a good night. Then.
It was, well, I met him there, and he was drunk already. So yeah.
Next time, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. Oh, was there anybody in your life growing up that encouraged you or pushed you towards the creative stuff?
No, I mean I have some hilarious uncles. Yeah. So they gave me a lot of my comedy and stuff. My grandpa was hilarious, and I mean, but I don't think that was even in anyone's minds to pursue a creative type of career. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's still to this day, still pretty. Not on anybody's minds.
Yeah.
Man, I had one of my good friends. I went to Damien for high school, and my good friend Jesse, he went Damien freshman year, and then he left to go to Campbell. And then I remember I still kept in touch with him all throughout high school. He was a good singer. And then after we graduated high school, he started rapping. Mm-hmm. And then he got stationed up in Seattle. And he joined a rap group up there, and he started developing more, and I remember to the point where I was just like, "Yo, bro, no, you could definitely, for somebody out of Hawaii, you could definitely take this to the next level. You know, your writing, your metaphors are dope, your bars, your flow, you're a very versatile rapper." Mm-hmm. He does his 4 years, moves back to Hawaii, and just drops all music, and I was just like. I got together with him. I was like, why you drop? Like, you were good. Like, why don't you just keep on doing music? Yeah. And he just looked at me and was just like, oh, no, you got to grow up sometime.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a weird thing in terms of, it was a thing where he moved right when he moved back home.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm lucky to have a full-time job that, gets me the money I need to survive. To have this place, which is, I'm barely getting by. But there comes a point, and a lot of times, even me, like, I'm just like, it's not getting me. No, it's not. I'm not getting paid. I'm not. I don't know. Sometimes it's just like it's hard for me to make ends meet and do the comedy thing. Like if I was able to leave my job and be able to sustain my living myself. Then I can be a lot more creative. But having that job hanging over my head is, brings me in. You know what I mean? It kind of cages me in. So
that rat race.
Yeah, bro. It's tough. Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a bellman at a hotel.
Can you say which hotel?
I'd rather not. Right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, people be coming to my hotel and I'm like in my uniform and stuff.
Let's not put that out there. They're like, I knew he was here. Take a picture. Just run off, steal your bell.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. the tourism industry is a trip.
Yeah.
Like, I know I would have been in it if I stayed home.
Yeah.
And I hear the stories from my friends about just dealing with tourists on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite stories? Do you have any?
I mean, every time a hot chick checks in and lets me smash, those are my favorite stories. Outside of work. Nah. I'm playing. Well, my hotel is mainly Japanese. It's mostly all Japanese, in fact. So there's a language barrier there. Mm-hmm. So I try to provide as much service if I can. If they're usually just like, oh, thank you, and they just take their stuff, and then I'm like, shoot, it's easy job. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What a diplomatic answer. So nice. No, what's that? No, because I had a friend. I sat down with her. She was like telling me all these stories about like, cause she was concierge.
Yeah.
At this big hotel, and so she had this endless queue of problems, you know, of tourists with problems, and then she quit, and now she's
well, when you're in the
going through therapy, like going through the most intense therapy, man, and very understandable.
Yeah,
I mean that for 10 years.
When I'm at work, I try to be a really good bellman. You know what I mean? I like to provide them with good service and really on their team, you know what I mean? I like to help them out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're mad, I take it on myself to make them happy. But fuck that job, man. But I'm a good bellman, but, I mean, it gets old sometimes, you know?
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, just figure out a way to pay the bills and then do what you love when you come home. That's that hustle.
Uh-huh. So as far as, like younger people, like, trying to get up and do like creative stuff. Mm-hmm. I started a team. Well, I was brought on to the local bradas, mm-hmm. and the thing with the local bradas didn't work out. So we started New Hawaii, which is a collection of all the people with creative intentions in Hawaii, and we're all a team and works together to help each other build. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like if there's people who's, you know, trying to be funny, or, you know, they got the sauce, you know, because a lot of people could try to be funny, but they don't got the sauce, you know what I mean? And, you know, we watch Instagram, you know, once people are, you know, they got the sauce, then we you know, hey, bro, we're going to help you out. It's not like a inclusion thing where like you're in the group, like you can't do anything. No, it's more so like it's all about helping people do it. Like they don't even have to say they're part of the group or nothing like that. So, mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of the thing that we're trying to help grow that creative spark in people from Hawaii.
No, that's good. Just community build.
Yeah, community build. Exactly
sure.
that. Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's important because I remember when I was growing up, there wasn't that. And I'm sure, I mean, coming from Wai'anae, there's not that much aspiring actors. Having that community around you to kind of make you realize that you're not crazy. Yeah. I think that's helpful.
Yeah. Once you get there, you kind of realize that everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not hard, you know. It's not hard. It's just you know, you just gotta believe in yourself and follow through with it. But don't try too hard, you know. Like that's kind of the little niche. You just, you know, find your wave, ride it. Everybody knows each other. If everybody's, you know, you just gotta follow the clues, connect all the dots, and then get up there. Yeah. I'm almost there.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I agree. No, it's a marathon, bro. Yeah.
I'm getting old though, bro. Fuck, man.
No, shut up. I'm older than you. We're young.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, well, one thing that I keep in the back of my mind to make me feel better, and like, Martin Scorsese made his first movie when he was 31. Which is young for a director, but like as a person, you're like, fuck, I'm old. I'm already in my 30s. But then you look at how much is he, how much he has done since then.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not. You also don't want to compare your career to anybody else or your path to anyone else, because then you start.
Yeah, I just want to be me, bro.
Yeah,
That's my thing, bro. Yeah.
And the whole we getting to know what I mean. This is something that we could do for the rest of our lives. You know? Mm-hmm. And it's only going to be a matter of time when you're waking up and getting paid to create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about waking up.
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah. And putting in the work.
Yeah.
And I see you. That's why, when I saw you on that, when I was watching that live and I saw you hold up that book, and I was like, oh, I hope you actually reading it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's because that's a hefty book.
It's a tough read, man.
Yeah, it's not. No, I read that book, and I'm like, what the I gotta read this couple times.
No, there's a lot of there's a lot of little things in there, like the scene where it must come to there's all kinds of little tips and tricks to writing a solid script. And I mean, I got like 25% done with the book. I was just sitting there, but when it's game time, it's game time. So
yeah. An easier read is Save the Cat.
Save the Cat.
Yeah. I would recommend that. A lot of people are on the fence about that just because it locks you into a structure. Mm-hmm. So when you read it, it's an easy read. Yeah. But don't just like anything, don't take it with a grain of salt. It's not the end all be all way to write a script.
Yeah, no, that's been my motto throughout life, bro. Transcendence. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody to teach me to do something because maybe I'll do it differently. You know what I mean? I don't want to get locked into it, but it's good to know the points and stuff like that.
That's
why I'm reading that book. Like, even in college, like, I learned how to draw the most there because I was just drawing all the time in class.
Nice.
Because I like to learn just enough. Just give me the keys to what it is, and then let me just make my own book kind of thing.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Were you like in school? I was a bad note taker, but if I felt like if I just kind of paid attention, and when I did, I'd get it better. Yeah. In terms of like,
especially like essays. Like if the test was in essay format, I was like, I don't gotta listen to none of the stuff you're saying. I'll just make my own essay. Pass with a B+ or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, just it's storytelling. BSing essays. I would start my essays like when a paper was due tomorrow. I'd start it like the day before. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, bro. Procrastination is a big thing.
Yeah. Write a 25-page paper on a book on women writers during World War II. And I never read any of their books.
But you get it done, and it does well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the main point.
Just remember, in conclusion. Double space, Helvetica 9. But
I actually did a political thing.
Which one?
With Andrea Tupola. We actually...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
How did you get her? How did you get
Andrea?
Yeah.
So I know her brother. He was like my partner with the new Hawaii thing when we first started. And she knows my mom and stuff. And so she reached out to me. She said, do you want to head up the social media campaign for my gubernatorial race? I'm like, hell yeah. And the whole goal there was to stir the pot. You know what I mean? Because in Hawaii politics, I mean, let's face it, there's so much money in it that Ige was going to win no matter what.
Yeah.
So my goal was to stir the pot, you know what I mean? So we made top news. I got interviewed by the news. We made top news story twice. And I think we brought a lot of attention to the voting, which is a big deal, bro, because voting is important for the survival of local people out here, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand the mistrust and already the fucking why you want to vote because they already got. But if that's the main tool that we have...
There's a lot of tools, citizen, bro.
Well, there is.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's a X amount of people who's just completely negating voting.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is the local people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the people who are the most affected.
Exactly that. So it's tough, bro. It's like we're put into this structure that we're not a part of. You know, we don't feel like this is our structure. So why would we participate in your guys' stuff? But at the end of the day, everybody's got to move out because of the decisions they're making. Like, my brother's gone. All my brother's friends are gone. Like, I've thought about leaving. A lot of my friends are gone.
Yeah.
Because it's just too expensive to live out here, bro.
Yeah.
So, like, I think critically about it a lot. Like, you know, try to come up with solutions. Like, you know, maybe every Hawaiian should have 50 grand and go through a class of, you know, how to spend that 50 grand before they actually get it. Stuff like that. It's a tough one, especially as a influencer here in Hawaii. Like, it's a tough spot to be in.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Why does it feel like wheels in the mud in terms of being an influencer and knowing the issues, but then feeling that the game is rigged already?
Yeah. Well, it's I try to stay out of the political spectrum as much as I can, but when I do, I try to present issues and not be biased towards any side. So that's, like, I was hired for, you know, to head up the campaign for Andrea, but I mean, my personal thing, I did an interview with her. I was unbiased. You know what I mean? Yeah. I never said vote for Tupola or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I hashtagged it, but I never told people to, you know, do that because I like to stay out of that.
Did you run the questions by her first, or was it kind of open game?
It was open game. I mean, it was like a, you know, 30-minute interview, and we just took the funny stuff out, cut it down. I mean, yeah.
And you even went to the Mauna. How was that?
Oh, that's something you got to be there to experience it, kind of thing. Yeah, and the whole issue in itself is so complex that it's kind of tough to have an opinion either way because we don't have enough data. We're not told exactly what's going on, so we don't really know. All I know is up there on the mountain is a lot of love, a lot of power up there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I went there on my birthday.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck, my birthday's coming up. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
What else am I going to do? I could go out party in LA, but I was like, nah. The only thing that kept on coming back to me was like, I got to go to the Mauna.
Yeah.
So I went, booked a ticket, went by myself, and it was fucking life-changing.
Yeah, for real, right? Yeah.
like talk about just, I don't know, finding answers and finding yourself and just seeking, almost seeking the right questions on.
Yeah.
I mean, how long were you there for?
I was there 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Camping out there the whole
time?
No,
I only stayed there 2 nights, but I was there every day. Like, I didn't want to sleep up there, but I slept up there. And
it's cold.
I gotta sleep. You gotta sleep up there.
Yeah.
The amount of sex going on up there is crazy.
Oh, yeah. I must have missed that. But I'm not surprised.
I was not involved. But no, it's a procreation thing.
Yeah. It's the pico of the...
It's a spiritual thing, bro. It's not to be frowned upon.
No, not at all. Yeah. No, because, I mean, you feel as the Pohaku would say, the mana.
The mana, bro.
You
Deep
feel
in
the
my
mana
oivis.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah, you do.
During the day when they're going through protocol and Auntie Pua is like making her announcements and the wind is blowing the flags and you're just like, why am I getting emotional right now?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the way they can tell when a storm cloud is gonna come by, exactly what's gonna happen with it all, where it goes afterwards, how the whole cycle of things, and that type of knowledge is like, it really makes you think that the knowledge that we're presented with today, if it even comes close to the knowledge that was back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a...
At that base camp, even just at that base camp, and you could see why it was so sacred. You could feel that.
Yeah.
All the elements. Even at night, you look up at the stars and you see everything.
We're not even up there. We're not even up on the mountain. You know what I mean? We're there, but we're not.
Base camp.
Yeah.
And it's still powerful.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, living back in the day and living with these elements every day, for sure they had more knowledge.
Yeah, of course.
When you're every day living and breathing these elements.
Yeah, I don't know about more now. I mean, I think we know, the powers that be know, but they're not going to let us know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I actually went up to Haleakala before I went up to Mauna Kea.
Oh, yeah?
And Haleakala was profound in itself, too. Like, I cried and shit. I broke down crying, bro. It was, like, intense. It's something about that elevation. Something about that elevation.
Are we high? We're like 11,000. I get like
crazy. You hear it, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I feel you too. I was crying on the Mauna, and I was just like,
yeah, man.
I did not expect it to be that powerful.
Yeah,
for sure. And then it was a weird thing because I don't know if I want to get into this, but no, it's a weird thing because my dad called me on my birthday.
Oh, yeah?
And like we don't really get along.
Oh, yeah,
You know, it's just typical local.
Yeah.
Dad-son relationship, but he calls me up. I don't think he even knew it was my birthday. He was just trying to see how to watch the UH game streaming.
Oh.
So he's calling me. He's like, what's that link again? And I'm just like, telling me, this Reddit, just go in NCAA. Just telling him. And he's, where you staying? I'm like, I told him on where I was. I'm like, I'm on the Mauna, and he just starts digging into it, like, what are you stupid, blah blah blah.
Bro, like the old, they're fucking nuts about it, bro. They're like, what the hell are they doing up there?
And it was a crazy thing in terms of having this conversation, and I had to step away because they were having protocol. He called me like right when protocol was starting. Mm-hmm. So protocol starts, and then my phone started ringing, and I'm just like, okay, I got to take this. I go across the street, and I'm like on the phone having this argument while protocol is going on.
Yeah.
And it was a crazy thing because, I mean, as much as I joke about the phrase intergenerational trauma, like that thing, whatever you want to call it, that gets passed down, that anger, that identity, that ingrown fear that I had of, oh fuck, am I growing up to be my dad? Am I carrying on his fucking anger?
Yeah.
I feel like all of that was let go in that moment while he's yelling at me while protocol is going on.
Yeah.
And it was just like, no, I am totally not like him. Mm-hmm. And it was just a weird, profound moment, life-changing thing.
Good, bro.
And I was just like, no, I needed to let that go. And I was like, I didn't realize how much shit I was holding on to. And then you kind of realize, but that's what we grow up with.
Yeah.
A lot of brothers out here grow up with that, because of the powers that be holding on to knowledge, because of, you know what I mean?
We all got the knowledge. Bro, it's such a deep puzzle, bro. It's so hard to figure it out, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you're an overthinker like myself, I analyze everything. It's pretty easy, I bet, but Yenedekine. It's you gotta.
That's why that phrase helps in every situation.
It's artistically I'm referring to, do you know what it's about? Do you understand? Yenedekine. Do you understand? Then it's Figueroa, figure it out kind of thing. Like it's kind of like it's a universal type of artistic expression where it's like referencing the main truth of life. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that you working those themes into your scripts and stuff?
Well, it inherently is.
Dennis Figueroa is finding himself.
Yeah. Well, it's about it. Well, I would say the movie is more about stopping pleasing the skeezers kind of thing. Is heading towards finding ultimate love instead of, smashing all these skeezers all the time. So that's kind of the theme of it.
I like that.
which is it ties into the whole fucking thing, Yeah.
But I like where the conversation went with that one, with the Mauna.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that Mauna is incredible, bro. I mean, that's something that everybody should experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Whether you're in support of what the protectors are doing, or not.
Yeah,
I think you should go, and it will open up your eyes for sure.
Yeah, the mountain is already fulfilling a purpose there with the people there gathering.
Yeah.
To me, that's probably the greatest place on earth right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%.
It probably is. Yeah.
The only thoughts, and it's not even negative thoughts. When I was up there, I was just thinking, should we be up here registering people to vote? Should we be up there really leveraging for scholarships, Hawaiian scholarships? And I'm sure they are doing that behind. Just kind of so many eyes are on this situation.
Yeah, I think prisoners should have scholarships when they get out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's a big one too. Because my boy just got out of jail, was in there for 5 years, and he's trying to go to college. He's a really smart guy. He's trying to do good for himself, and there's just no scholarships available for him. So how do you expect someone who gets out of jail, trying to better themselves, to actually better themselves? They can't get jobs right off the bat. It's harder. I think, bro. Yeah. Scholarships for released inmates should be a big thing.
Yeah, yes.
There's definitely, I got more in touch with the Hawaiian culture, although I'm from Makaha, which is Hawaiian. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's an interesting place to be from the west side of Oahu, because we are the first to be gentrified. We're like the last stand on Oahu, and I feel like what we've been going through for the past 15, 20 years, seeing the real natives get. They're coming in, and I'm not. That's a tricky one too, because I'm not saying it's a bad thing either, but you just see the culture revert to rap music, like oppression type stuff. We bond with that the most, so we became down with rap and a lot of black influence out there, and I feel like that's what's gonna happen in Maui, and Maui's next, and then Kauai's afterwards, and then you can see the plan rolling in, and we're all kind of not knowing where to stand with it all. Of course we stand with the Hawaiians, of course we stand for indigenous rights, but there's good coming from it too, so it's a tricky situation. Yeah.
It's funny that you say, now that I think about it, the west side is definitely that last stand. Yeah. I was at the swap meet. My uncle sells coconut hats and stuff, like coconut weave hats and coconut weave bowls. Oh, yeah. He sells it at the swap meet, and this Hawai'i family comes up, and they look like they just landed off the plane. Yeah. Like grandparents, parents, this and that, and when it's like a Hawai'i family, my uncle's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he's like, "Oh," so he does it to the Hawai'i family. He's like, "Oh, where are you from?" The dad looks at him all insulted, like, "We're from here." Yeah. Right? And I'm thinking, like, come on, you cannot be upset about that question. Yeah. You know how you look like. Yeah. Dressed, and then they're all like, Nebraska college shirt. Oh, yeah, and and then my uncle's like, "Oh, sorry, where are you guys from?" And he's like, "Wai'anae." And I was just like, no way this is happening.
I mean, I try to, the religion is love, right?
Yeah.
As simple as it is, you just be nice and be kind and love. And, but it gets, when people visit and they don't understand that this island here is our whole ecosystem. Like over there, like they got that big piece of land. Yeah. I think their mentality is they just don't know that they need to respect a lot more. But at the end of the day, you just show them love. And I don't know.
That's all you could do.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, yeah.
Hope for respect back, you know?
Yeah. Show love. I think that's a good place to close off, to end the podcast.
Always show love.
Is just always show love.
Yeah.
808, Clown in 808, everybody. What is your last name? Do you put your last name out there?
I put my middle name out, Easton James.
Easton James.
Yeah.
Easton James, a.k.a. Clown in 808, a.k.a.
The Liger.
A.k.a.
the Pohaku.
Yes.
Just want to follow Umu.
Anything you want to plug or anything you want to say? Any closing statements? What you working on?
I'm working on some movies, bro. I'm writing. I want to do the acting thing. The number one in my life right now is my music. I'm almost done with the EP.
Nice.
It's not comedic. It's realistic music, and then try to touch on emotions and play with them, and bring out stuff. So I think my music is my primary thing I'm working on now.
Nice.
And but I'm still working on the other shit too. So.
Yeah. We're looking forward to everything. The music.
Yeah.
The films.
Yeah.
Of course, the Instagram posts, the stories.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
And everything else that you do, bro.
Thank you,
I'm
bro.
happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy that you're creating, and
right on.
I'm looking forward to everything else that you're gonna become.
Bruh, it's coming.
Yes.
It's coming, and it's just about staying humble and
100%.
eyes on a prize. 100%. Doing it properly and showing love.
Yes.
Showing love.
Showing love. Okay. Aloha.
All right, aloha, guys.